Alright, so here's my second half of some horror movie ideas that I kind of just had rolling around in my head. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do a video on it, so here we are. So the first half, like I said, was Freddy, Jason, and Pinhead. This time, like I said in the previous video, this will focus on Pumpkinhead, Chucky, and Leatherface. So, here you go. So, really, let's kick things off with Pumpkinhead. So with Pumpkinhead, the idea I had for this is kind of do like an origin story for Pumpkinhead and set it that it's kind of around the Civil War. Have it that it's in the center of the Civil War, and yeah, what happens is that during a battle between Union and Confederate soldiers, a family is killed in the crossfire by accident. And yeah, the sole surviving, the survivor of the family, the father, is like, I just lost all of my entire family. The hell am I gonna do? So he basically goes to the first witch who planted, who could summon Pumpkinhead. The first of the first. It would actually, like, now that I think about it, it'd probably be like a coven of witches. That it would be like, it was a coven of witches who could summon Pumpkinhead, and he sells his soul to them so they can bring Pumpkinhead into the world. And it would be focused on Pumpkinhead's first time on Earth, and him going around killing soldiers on both sides, because he's pissed off at both sides for the death of his family. He is already like, we're just fighting each other, why can't we just be friends? And yeah, his family gets killed in the crossfire, and now he sends Pumpkinhead to kill both Union and Confederate soldiers, causing this group of the two respective groups of like a small squad of lost Union soldiers and a group of Confederate soldiers to team up and try to kill Pumpkinhead. So yeah, it would be kind of like his Pumpkinhead First Blood. I guess like maybe Pumpkinhead origins of the origins of Pumpkinhead, because the whole thing is that he's known throughout the Ozarks, and I would have it that and he's an old legend that's been around for a while. So have it set around that it started in the Civil War, and this is where it really came from. And maybe have Lance Henriksen in here again, but as like the great grandfather of Ed Harley. And have it like it's James Harley or something like that. Yeah, just for the hell of it, you know? Lance Henriksen has been in all 4 movies, so why not have him in here as the ancestor of Ed Harley? You know, the guy, the big part of the films, and was even his body became Pumpkinhead in the third film, and I think in the 4th film as well, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway. So that's kind of the idea right there, is kind of do a fun fun horror story in the Civil War. I'm always a big fan of when you do period piece horror films. That's kind of really the only major idea I had for Pumpkinhead, is kind of do like a loose origin story and have him fight Union and Confederate soldiers and kill his way all the way into making a name for himself in the other 4 films. Yeah. That's kind of really it, unfortunately. So anyway, let's move on now to the next character. So next up is Chucky. Now, really, there's not really much else for Chucky, because the Child's Play movies, aside from, I guess you could say, the first 3, and Curse of Chucky had its hilarious moments, but really it was trying to be horrifying. It was trying to be a horror film like the first 3. I think Chucky works best when he's a horror comedy, really. These are kind of like really, really, really stupid ideas. I'm sorry, guys. These are just really, really dumb ideas. These are really like fun, dumb ideas. So the first idea is Chucky in Vegas, and just call it Chucky. Chucky, Viva Las Vegas. And just have it that, he's somehow been shipped to Las Vegas, and have it that, he's having the time of his life and killing his way all through there. I mean, it worked for Leprechaun, so what? Because it worked for. I've just realized the oxymoron of that sentence. It worked for the Leprechaun films. Yeah, the Leprechaun film. I love the Leprechaun movies. The Leprechaun movies are really fun, and the one I'm talking. But it would just be. Just imagine that Chucky in Las Vegas. Just kind of like just admit it. You like that. That just sounds like an awesome idea of just having, you know, Chucky run around, you know, doing horrible things to prostitutes, gambling, and doing God knows what in Las Vegas. And I could see the tagline for this movie: "Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or else." Or something completely silly like that. So yeah, again, a really fun idea of just having Chucky running around Las Vegas and just having the time of his life. I guess Chucky's a character I could see in multiple places, and you could have a lot of fun. Like I said, Chucky in Las Vegas. Admit it, seeing that little doll run around in Las Vegas, doing God knows what and things we shouldn't think about to a ton of people. Yeah, no one would be safe. No one would be safe from this little monster. So yeah, I guess like the other idea I had is that Chucky is basically going, Chucky's trying to find Andy again, and find out that, yeah, Andy has a family now, and now he's going on to kill Andy and his family. So, yeah, kind of do that. But again, I don't know if the problem is that would kind of mess up the ending for Curse of Chucky, which, if you haven't seen Curse of Chucky, the ending is pretty much this, is that Chucky apparently transfers his body into a girl, but it's left open, even though, yeah, it's kind of how it went. The Curse of Chucky's if you love the Child's Play movies, then you'll probably like Curse of Chucky. I liked it. I understand that, yeah, it's not a film for everyone, but yeah. So yeah, it might discredit the final film and just move on its own continuity. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so just have it that have Chucky come back and attack Andy once more, and this time Andy has a family he has to protect from them. Something like that. That's kind of, yeah, those are really the only two ideas, and again, not really flushed out. They're just kind of like pretty basic ideas. One more, the Chucky versus Andy story, that would be the more serious one, whereas Chucky in Las Vegas, that's obviously more of the campy side. Anyway, so there you go, guys. So let's move on to the final character. And finally is Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So really, here's something I've always kind of found, and it's always confused me. There's been so many Texas Chainsaw films. I mean, you had the remake, and it had sequels, and then you had other films that are like, no, this film goes here, and that film goes there. I don't know, is it just me, or is the Texas Chainsaw films, because some of them, as I recall, some of them are sequels to the remakes, and it's really hard to pin down, a linear point for some of the Texas Chainsaw films. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it's been for me. Maybe I'm just not following it along as much, unfortunately. So yeah, the idea I had for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film is kind of have it that what has gone on is that the Sawyer clan has pretty much, they have been, evicted from their home, and by evicted I mean whole house got burned down, they leave. And yeah, I know it sounds a lot like, Texas Chainsaw 3D. But hear me out. The Sawyer clan gets burned out of their home. They get chased out of their home by a angry mob. And what happens is that the Sawyer clan kind of, they're still lost in the woods, and they've kind of turned on each other, and they've now kind of separated and left Tommy because, well, I guess you could say, they've let Tommy, in some cases, that was his name in the film, in some of the films, but yeah, they've left Leatherface behind, saying that, yeah, we just can't feed you anymore, dude. You're on your own. You're slowing us down. So now Leatherface is lost and alone in the woods and comes across he's basically going out with his chainsaw and hunting for his own food. Fortunately, he's run into some campers that are going to have a not so fun summer. Yeah, I know it sounds a little basic, but it's a little basic, but yeah, just have a film just focusing on Leatherface instead of the whole Sawyer clan. That's been done a few times in the films, but I would like to do one where, the Sawyer clan's kind of at each other's throats. They've lost everything, and now there's a lot of infighting, and Leatherface has been kind of left to his own devices, and now he's kind of, because he was always kind of directed by by the rest of the family, but now that the family's pretty much abandoned him, he has lost everything in his mind, and now he needs, he needs guidance. Unfortunately, he doesn't have guidance, and now he's just killing everything with killing everything in his path with a chainsaw. So that's kind of the idea in a nutshell. Again, not really thought out, unfortunately. Not really thought out, unfortunately. But hey, that was kind of the working idea, and yeah, these are just kind of fun ideas in a whole. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and you guys tell me, what do you guys think of these ideas, and what are some of your ideas for some of your favorite horror characters? What are some story or movie ideas you've always had in your head about certain certain horror movie characters? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.